Good morning. Let's get the Instagram going. All right. Good morning, everybody. We are live on internets. Let's tell the team. Great. Okay. Turn down this background music a little bit. Good morning. This is the Making Comics live stream. I am DJ Kaufman, the cartoonist here at one of the cartoonists here at VeeFriends. We've got a whole team of them now. Appreciate you guys joining this morning. Good morning. It is January 21st, 2025. And a reminder that your poor relationship with time is your biggest vulnerability, but also your greatest one. You always think you have more time till you don't. And also, this is also the day that most people stop their goals for the year. You know, your resolutions, the things that you set out to do. Let's see the chat. Good morning, Jonathan. Good morning, Alana. Good morning, Corso in the chat. Right. Hey, we're doomed. The 21st of January, 2025. What are we going to do today? I am going to warm up sketch. I'm going to open up some minis. I'm going to set my timers here. Oops, there we go. Let's open up a new season mini here. It's me, by the way. Hello. Good morning. Open up my mini for the pencil. We're going to do some warm-up sketch of one of the characters, probably your poor relationship with time. Let's see what's in this mini. This will be my pencil topper for the morning. It looks like we got a detailed. Holy cow. It's a nifty narwhal. He is. Nifty narwhal. These are the VeeFriends minis. If you're not familiar with VeeFriends, say hello in the chat. If you're brand new to VeeFriends, email me at comics@veefriends.com and I'm going to hook you up with something cool. VeeFriends is over 280 characters on a mission to make positivity louder out there, make soft skills cool in the world, gratitude, kindness, and patience. Over 251 characters on a mission to make positivity louder. Got Accountable Ant here, Alpha Alligator, Forthright Flamingo. Created by Gary Vaynerchuk. You might know him on the internet as Gary V, hence the name V and VeeFriends. We've got the VeeFriends cartoons coming out Saturday mornings. Saturday morning cartoons. Watch that with your kiddos or by yourself. Great for adults as well. We got the VeeFriends trading card game. It's much like a Pokemon game or something like that. Very fun, very collectible. And these VeeFriends minis are around the country. We've got the map on our website. And I'm running the comic book show. So we've got comic books coming sooner or later. Real soon. I keep saying it, but it's going to be soon. We've got a lot going on. I'll talk about it during this stream. We do a comics jam on Whatnot on Thursdays. Sometimes we move it around. This week, I'm going to be live Tuesday, today, Wednesday, 8 a.m., Thursday, 10 a.m. on Comics Jam on Whatnot. And then Friday back here at 8 a.m. Why not start your day? Here's Empathy Elephant. All right, let's get into some drawing because I'm itching for a warm up here. Good morning, Alex. Who else we got? I'm gonna get my chats going on. Hugo, thanks for stopping by. Good morning, Santa. Santa Claus is always watching. Gotta get my live chat up on TikTok. Good morning, TikTok. Glad you're still here. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my warm up right on this sketch, right on this page here. I always start with like a little pose, kind of like small like this. And it's like more of a silhouette thing, you'll see in a minute. Let's do it. And yeah, I haven't drawn this character in a while. This is the poor relationship with time is your biggest vulnerability. Talk about that today because I'm going to be going through. I figured it's good for the 21st. Why not, why not hit this? A couple of the other artists on the team have drawn the character. I like the way that they've approached drawing this character. So I'm just drawing the pose right now. I'm going to draw a little calendar over here. So this is kind of a silhouette pose composition. You'll see what I'm doing. I just wanted to capture the body language there. And I'll fade that out. Maybe it's a little confusing to see those blocks back there, but it'll make sense in a few minutes. And then I'll go over this just to tighten it up. Now we can get in and start working on some of the lines. Just a nice smooth lines. Truth be told, I've been sketching and things like that, but I haven't done a lot of the comics lately. I've been writing a lot behind the scenes. Shout out to Chris Faison and Ali Castro, who are holding it down with the daily comics or the Monday, Wednesday, Friday comics. Julia, good morning. D. Coleman, what's up? Good morning. Are you happy TikTok's still there? What a crazy couple of days. It's funny because I was on the TikTok. One of my really good friends, Tom from Clueless Bushcraft. Clueless Bushcraft is his name on TikTok. Creator I've known for a while, and he kind of taught me a lot about his tricks of the trade for content, being an influencer and stuff, and like even using CapCut. He told me about CapCut years ago and was like, here man, I'm just using this, and I'm like, whoa, this is so much faster than what I was doing with Final Cut. Anyways, it was funny because the other night when we were going to get banned on TikTok, first person I thought of was Tom, because I was like, man, Tom makes a good amount of, I don't know, like, he's built his brand on TikTok. He's recently moved to YouTube as well. So he got a silver play button on YouTube. He's a good example of, he realized that like TikTok kept shutting him down and banning him, and then banning his money and then bringing him back, and he was like, man, I need to diversify and make sure that I'm on these other channels as well. And so he did. So congrats to Tom for getting his silver play button. It's something that Gary Vaynerchuk will talk about too. That you need to learn to get better at all of these platforms, because really, in the end, they could all go away. Hell, I remember MySpace. Everybody was deep into MySpace. Customizing their profiles. Even when I first started working with the Flowbots, one of my jobs is that I took on was helping to manage their messages on MySpace. It blew up on MySpace. I'm putting this little white shirt on her because Ali drew it that way and I like it. A little bit different outfit, Anyways, I'm just rambling here as we're doing the warm-up. Feels good to be back at the board. I've been spending a lot of quiet time. Well, not necessarily quiet time, but as Corso and I work on we have a lot of projects behind the scenes. We've been doing a lot of organizing and reorganizing of the character bios for all the 250 something plus characters. I've been told to say 250 characters, even though there's technically 280. But shh, don't tell on me. Technically, but 250, over 251 characters. And really, it's just a matter of. Well, she's looking pretty good already. It's pretty fun. It's just a matter of like tweaking up the writing a little bit, cross-referencing things that Gary has said about the character that maybe got lost, and really kind of building a nice, like, let's call it a wiki behind the scenes for our team and for partners to access, to know all about the characters. It'll help our team internally. It'll help me. It'll help the other writers and artists that work on VeeFriends kind of understand what we're all about, or what a character is all about, you know? Kind of, especially since we have a lot of stories coming, we want to make sure that we start cataloging them right. Recording them as kind of like, I guess, canon or something, you know. Okay, what platforms are you live on? I am live on Instagram, I am live on TikTok, I am live on YouTube, Facebook, I believe, and X. So across the board, Pedro. Is that your name, Pedro? I can't really read the little tiny. Mr. Sea Lion. Good morning. Thanks for watching over on Instagram. We try to just be, you know, we try to live a little bit of like what, you know, Gary, the creator of VeeFriends, tell you, don't put all your eggs in one basket, you know. You got to learn all the new platforms and try to get, you know, we want to be where you are, you know, people discovering VeeFriends for the first time. Somebody asked me, well, why are you guys on TikTok? Or I'll hear people say like, oh, why are you on Meta? You know, and it's like, we don't, you know, we're a positive brand. We want to be where the people are. We're even over on Blue Sky too. Old Blueski. My friend was calling it Blueski. He wasn't joking around. He thought it was called Blueski. Jeez. Yeah, we like to be where people are. So, and I mean, if you're up at 8 a.m., what is it? 8:16 a.m. here in the morning. I see Pedro jumped over to YouTube. Lots of people jump around from the different platforms, it seems. We have a lot of, sometimes we'll get a good chat going over in the YouTube comments. But I'm checking all of your, I'll check all the comments too. Rocky or Rockstar now asks, what's this board called that's holding the iPad? This is a Sketchboard Pro. And yeah, I'm a VeeFriends artist, but I'm also the director of, I gotta flex my title. I'm the director of comics and story development character development at VeeFriends. So I'm writing a lot of the comic stories that are coming out, guiding the ship for the comic strips, and Gary trusts me with the, you know, we talk back and forth all the time about the the essence of the characters and plot lines, nuggets for stories, full-blown, comic stories. There's our girl. It's definitely a fun job, but also a big responsibility. I take it pretty seriously. And I keep these streams pretty chill. We've got some things for sale. If you're new to VeeFriends and you're watching now, email me at comics@VeeFriends. I'd like to send you something, but only if you're new. I don't even know how I'm feeling about people that I say they know about VeeFriends, but they're new to the streams. If you're new to the comics, email me. I'd like to send you something. I'd like people that are brand new to VeeFriends. If you're coming across this for the first time and you're like, this is neat, email comics@VeeFriends.com. So that's our little warm-up sketch of, again, it's the character called, the character is called Your Poor Relationship with Time is Your Biggest Vulnerability. So some of our characters have really long names like that. YPRWT. And this is Organized Ostrich. She's been holding a calendar. I don't know if I go to my... It's the wrong site there. Get rid of the drawing club there. Characters. If I just type time, right? Time. You're going to find her here. The original drawing of Your Poor Relationship with Time. She's holding a calendar and maybe looking a little bit anxiety or a little worried. And for a long time, people were saying like they didn't know what it meant. It was like a mystery. But I asked Gary, I said, what does it mean? And he said, it's the date that people, by now, you usually have forgotten about your goals or your plans. And you feel like the year is over because you've messed up your plans. When really, the truth is that there's always time. Tomorrow's another day. You shouldn't let this one day or this one thing be the end of your, goals. So that's your poor relationship with time is your biggest vulnerability. But we've also expanded it to, you can see here, Comic Corner. If you click it, see, good news, the world didn't end. Tomorrow will be January 22nd. A lot of collectors in the VeeFriends space were like, why is the calendar wrong? And I'm like, because it rolled over in the comic. So throughout the year, it's been January 22nd. Chaco, you emailed me a month ago and didn't receive anything. Can you email me again today? And I'll double check. If you email me like right now, I'll go in and check my mail right now. That would be odd. I mean, there's a chance that maybe it went to spam. But I can definitely check. And sorry about that. Yeah. I'll definitely hook you up. PJ just emailed me too. Followed the host. Thanks for the follow over there on TikTok. Yeah, so this is a strip from last year. This is Self-Aware Hair saying, hey, did you ever stop to think maybe you don't meet your deadlines because deep down it's not what you really want? So if you set yourself a deadline and you're just like procrastinating and procrastinating and procrastinating, maybe you should actually start working on something like healthy goals for yourself instead of ones that drag you down. Another way of thinking about it is having that self-awareness of like, maybe that's why you're not finishing your stuff. Something's a little off. But yeah. Today I'm going to let's bugger this around. You can see a couple different views if you're off of TikTok. On like YouTube, sometimes I'll change up to me. I'm gonna pull a VeeFriends mini. I think I want to do a season 2. And okay, that's what we do. And then in the chat, over in the chats, tell me pink or orange. This is kind of a dark red orange. It's more orange than red. Red or orange or pink. Orange or pink in the chat. These are pencil toppers called VeeFriends minis. That's a nifty narwhal. What I do is, the rules I've made for myself here is that another detailed mini, another light on me. Look a little dark. Let's see. Hey. Okay. A detailed automatically beats the other detail, even though I really love the nifty narwhal here. We've got orange. Orange in the chat. Orange in the chat. Pink. 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 Anybody else on YouTube? Anybody else on YouTube? One more. Got another pink. All right, pink it is. Put that one up there. Again, we're trying to get a detailed. They come in like bubble gum, or not the eat, just the style of it. We've got an accountable anteater. Bubblegum. Does not beat. Cool character, but doesn't beat the nifty narwhal. Detailed. So we'll just set his little butt up there. Alright. Thanks for watching and hanging out. I'm going to get into something. Like I said, it's been a little bit since I've been on the schedule for the comic strips because I've been behind the scenes. I haven't even been able to finish a couple of the ones I'm working on here. You can see this one is in the works. I'm going to finish that at some point. We have priorities. I have some priorities I got to take care of. Okay, so back to this. Again, if you email me and... Okay, I just emailed you. My email is cubbyblue. I'm going to check my email right now. Let's do it. Cubby, I see you. I'm going to star it. I will get with you right after the stream. I thought I talked to you before, Cubby. Are you the iguana holder? Yeah. Have I not emailed you back before? You're Series 1 iguana holder. Maybe my replies are going to your spam. That's a possibility. Can you check? Because I have messages going back and forth here with you. Anyways, I'll get with you in a minute. Frank, I see your email too. Thanks for emailing. Check you guys out afterwards. Okay, what I'm going to do today is, for the sake of this stream and kind of getting my bearings, one of the things I was asked to do was take one of these like other cartoons from Gary, like a little one-panel cartoon, and kind of how would I convert this into a like a one-panel comic with VeeFriends characters. So I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna go ahead and turn her off here for a second, and I'm gonna lay out the basics of this comic. And again, it's basically, why don't I just throw it in there real quick so you can see. I don't know who drew this or if it was AI. I'm going to guess it was AI because the number of fingers that are on this guy. But no problem. No problem there. Real basic opportunity to grow, or is it another challenge if you see challenges? So I'm going to take this and turn this into a couple VeeFriends characters in a situation. I'm going to do that by first laying out the actual... Someone asked when the comics... Comic books are coming. Comic books are coming. I promise you. Craig, coffee is delicious. Good morning. Good morning. So I'm going to have a banner up here. I'm just going to use a really light. I want a little banner up here, and I want perspective pigeon flying, pointing at the banner. You see, I'm just getting like real basic shapes. I kind of want him holding on to this banner. It'll be kind of like a little sign there, and it'll have words on it. I'm gonna set the center of this, and then probably the ground. You know, I want to make it cooler than that over there, but still simple enough to get the idea across. I think the characters I want are human characters, so I'm gonna have over here, I'm gonna have 555 fan, and he's gonna be like holding up a giant golden nugget, kind of running with it. On a running pose here. Same thing, you know, I'm just doing what I did in the warm-up, but I'm just giving myself a little bit of leeway to work on just the energy of the pose and also tilting him a little bit. I'm already thinking about some deeper, you know, philosophical things, because this is going to be like a golden rock, like a giant golden nugget that says challenge on it. So I'm going to get rid of the idea of the challenge being in the middle. And on this side, the same kind of rock, or the same golden nugget, will be on top of our, which is kind of rude. She looks like she's been smashed by it. My bad. Over here, and then like he's gonna be saying like yeah, and she's gonna be like ah, maybe even like so you see how it'll come together here. Whoops. Right. Got some Craig. Can't say the word, I can't summon it. But yeah, I used to do some, like, back in my youth, I'd say more pop culture-y comics. A lot of cursing. Definitely immature, let's say. The other webcomics that I did when I was in my 20s, 30s, early 30s. Comic got me a lot of, you know, did a lot for me though. Did your mama comic? some point I stopped doing it because I just didn't feel good about it. It didn't make me feel good. It made me feel cynical, kind of jaded, and my collaborator on it was just a real negative dude. One of my best friends. So it's kind of I'm not afraid to talk about it. I just don't talk about it. One of my best friends, and he had a very cynical, negative view. And the more I got older and had kids, and kind of just had different perspectives in life, I definitely changed a lot. So suddenly I found myself like thinking, am I just making things for the sake of, like a shock jock or something like that? Like, oh, this is shocking, I want to draw a comic about it and get people fighting on the internet, or, I thought it was hilarious. But it didn't make me feel good. It started making me feel kind of... But to that point, I mean, I still have always up here is your mama. I have Craig, you'll never find these. Probably. Look at this. The original mini comics. These were the original These were... I can't even... They're so bad. They're so rough. And this was about the time I was on the Kevin Smith movie set for Dogma. I kind of tell the whole story in there in a very crudely drawn way. But I can't... It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, like, the pop culture, Jesus versus Superman there. This was a full, the son of Jor-El versus the son of God. I mean, yeah. I went, I was all in there, for sure. And of course, it was the very angry young me, the truth about the comic book industry. And again, very rude, crude stuff. Not nice. Not nice at all. Very, not something it's not that I'm not proud of it, I just don't think that it really reflects who I am now, for sure. Even though a lot of it's still true. You found the digital ones. Yeah, they're up. The internet's forever, my friend, like, so. Okay, so 5 fan here. He's got the nugget of gold, and it's gonna be gold too. We gotta get moving here. And then she's kind of... I don't like that she's crushed by it, but I'm gonna stick with the pose. And then maybe her writing will be a little bit, I don't want to be like, I'm crushing this lady. I don't like that, but get in there. This is the roughs. Her calendar's like even shocked as well. Yeah, you go through seasons in life for sure, but well, I made a good, not many people know that, but I was one of the first cartoonists out there publishing stuff on the internet in the 90s. 98, 99. I saw it as an opportunity, but other cartoonists in the field saw it as like we were destroying their industry. And I didn't see it that way, but I thought, man, what an opportunity. I could see the opportunity really early for comics, and for, I used to blog a lot too. I would just write every day. I would write something every day. But no, I appreciate that you're out there. You're not a stalker. You know, Alana said handsome stalker. Hey, Fason's over in the chat. Chris Fason's over in the chat on Instagram. Fason, what's going on? We're over on YouTube too. There's a lot of people chatting over there in the YouTube chat. What do we got over here? VeeFriends the Bee, VeeFriend the Bees. What's up, bees? Over on TikTok. Happy Tuesday, VFam. Thanks for sharing that video. PJ, I just emailed me. Okay. Anybody that just emailed me, yep, I'm a VeeFriends artist, but I'm also the director of comics, character development, story, whatever title it's called. We're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. We got a lot of comics, we got a lot of comic action happening. This one, today I'm working on changing this kind of meme. Probably generated by AI because of all the fingers, I'm just guessing. It's a Gary meme over on his page. And I'm changing it over into an actual one panel like kind of comic. Just to get myself moving here. So those are my roughs. I'm just going to do with the thing where I fade it out. Plush Garden. Got a lot of comic stuff coming, so I'm sure there will be stuff in the future. I haven't done any giveaways on this stream. I'm getting back into it. Give me some time to, you know, probably the Whatnot stream is the best to come in and try to, you know, get something. All right. I'm not going to worry too much about what's on this banner, except that he's got to be holding it with his little bird hand. And also somehow flying and pointing to it. Someone asked why, you know, you basically draw the same thing over and over. Like, they're like, hey, why do you... This happens a lot. People were like, didn't you just sketch that? And I'm like, well, yeah, that was a rough. And now I'm getting in with the pencils. You know, and we have like... This would be like the penciling. And I don't have to be too detailed here, because I'm going to ink it too, you know? And I also like to check in and make sure I'm getting it right, because there's a lot of collectors. Sometimes they've got little claws. In this case, Perspective Pigeon definitely has these little nubbin claws. And I want to make sure I get it right. Fans can get crazy. Not crazy, but you care. And I care. I care too. You're collecting the character. A lot of people out there collecting VeeFriends. Thanks for collecting VeeFriends. You don't even have a clue of what's going to happen. The comics are coming, the stories behind the characters. Matter of fact, Perspective Pigeon saves a girl's life in issue 3 of our comic book. There's some alpha for you. Look for that sometime early this year. Should make him holding, you know, with his claw too, maybe. That's probably pretty good. Makes sense. The wing and claws, he's flying. I don't know. It probably doesn't make sense, but it's a cartoon, so I'm gonna go back. This is fine. I'm gonna leave that alone. What's super important is definitely the face, you know? Our Perspective Pigeon has like a got a big eye and kind of like a squinting sort of eye. Or like a... not a lazy eye, but more like a... slanty... sloped eye there, like eyelid, almost like kind, a lazy eye, I guess you could say. I hate to say lazy eye. Don't know why. I hate that word. Don't like lazy eye. I wonder why. Why I don't like that. This is Perspective Pigeon. He's got a couple different things going on there. This is a tangent. Don't like that. Let's just pretend that he can fly through the air like Superman or something. Or he's just cruising along. Eric, good morning. Good morning to you, friend. Another question from Jeffrey over on TikTok about the case. This case that's holding the iPad is called a Sketchboard Pro. Sketchboard Pro. Sketchboard Pro. I'd show it off to you, but I'm kind of working. It's got little pegs behind it. Take it to my couch occasionally. You know, hey, if you're new to VeeFriends Comics, email me at comics@VeeFriends.com. comics@VeeFriends.com, and I'd like to send you something. If you're new to VeeFriends. If you are not new to VeeFriends, what I send you probably won't be a surprise. But if you're new to VeeFriends, it's cool. It's something cool. Something physical that you can own. But you got to email me at comics@VeeFriends.com, and I will email you back today. Deal? All right, great. Sweet. Back to... what do we got? How many minutes? 3 minutes? I'm taking this one panel kind of basic AI, because it's AI. I know it's AI because of these fingers. This is like an AI meme drawing, and I'm transporting it, the same messaging, into a VeeFriends one panel comic. So these are going to be nuggets of gold, and they're going to just be nice, and I don't even need to, I'm not gonna pencil that rock. I'm just gonna get right into this. What I'm gonna ink. I always overcomplicate things on these streams. I can never really finish a full comic. So I thought maybe one panel comic I could do. And we might get some of the inks done on this. Let's see. But in this case, 5555 fan has a giant gold nugget, and he's running away as if it's an opportunity. Wow, what an opportunity. poor relationship with time is being crushed by hers. Smashed down. Weighed down. And the main message is across the top from our perspective pigeon, which is the number one resource in your life is your perspective. If your biggest vulnerability is your trouble with time, then your number one resource is your perspective. It's -6 outside here today. Your weather report for the comic stream. Just south of Pittsburgh, it's -6 this morning. It might have warmed up to a nice -4. I don't know. I'm not going out there. Screw that. I'm not doing that. My dog went out this morning and she's been miserable because she wants to do dog walks and it's too cold for that. She's very upset, very moody. She's very moody and her little legs froze, her little paws froze this morning when she was out there in the yard because she wants to stay out longer, but I think she's smart enough to realize I gotta watch her though, because I feel like her legs would just like freeze. And then she'd just stand there and not know what to do and just freeze to death. And I'm like, oh man. Daisy, no. But she's been miserable all weekend. This cold. That's my pick a mini alarm. Let's do that. I got to split my days this week. Last week was a lot of, I could have got back onto streams, but I had a deadline, self-imposed deadline really, for getting the character bios done. We got to get those done. I got about 10 days to get a lot of them done. I got about 30 more hours, 30 to 40 more hours in writing to do. Kind of calculated it based on what I've been doing. I guess a guesstimate. All right, let's pull a mini out of here. This time. Nope. Okay. Now you've got 3 choices. You've got green, orange, and purple. So let's pick that in the chats. Green, orange, or purple. I will monitor these chats. Purple, purple. It's gonna be purple. I'm gonna wait because there's a little bit of a delay. Good morning, Ruthless Rob over on TikTok. Pick a color. Purple, green, orange. Purple, green, orange. Let me know in the chat. Type it in. Purple. Purple. I'm just gonna go with purple. Got one green, but we're gonna go with purple. Chances are I'm gonna open them all, but all right. The rule is trying to knock off the nifty narwhal. A detailed will beat instantly. Let's use in here. It is a bubblegum cynical cat. He looks very happy to be cynical. Got a little T-shirt on. Does not beat the nifty narwhal. Let's keep going. Alright. Back to this. I don't really need that right now. I'll reset the stream a little bit because there's a couple people watching. This is the Making Comics stream. Good morning. It is January 21st. This is VeeFriends. We have over 251 characters designed to make soft skills cool. Gratitude, kindness, patience, empathy. Created by Gary Vaynerchuk. You might know him on the internet as Gary V, hence the name V and VeeFriends. A lot of people ask me, what does VeeFriends mean? Friends of V. VeeFriends, cartoons. We got the cartoon show coming out every Saturday morning on YouTube Kids. Great for kids 10 and under, but also adults too. Check it out. We got the VeeFriends trading card game. Highly collectible trading card game. Also with trading cards this year, we've got the Topps Chrome trading cards coming out. It's not a game, it's just a collectible awesome Topps cards. And we've got these VeeFriends minis, and I am DJ Kaufman. I am working on the comic books. This is a J. Scott Campbell cover. When I say I'm working on the comic books, I did not draw that, but J. Scott Campbell did. You might know J. Scott Campbell's artwork or not. I'll be live again tomorrow at 8 a.m. I'm continuing here. I'm not wrapping it up. I'm just resetting the stream. Thursday we'll be live on Whatnot. I don't know if Corso will be there or not. I'm gonna probably just draw something else live. I think Corso's got something else scheduled. And then Corso, please make sure you take care of yourself. And then back here 8 a.m. Friday morning. So regular 8 a.m. Make sure you're following us on VeeFriends Comics at VeeFriends Comics on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok for now. You Insta-talk. VeeFriends Comics. Hey, we're way more than 5 followers now. We're almost, I think we're probably at 700 by now over there on that. And of course, subscribe on the YouTube channel. All of the live streams that I'm doing here are archived. So if you heard me say something and you're like, I wish I knew what he said, well, you can go back and watch again. A lot of people just say that they just like to hear me talking. Just strange, still strange to me, but okay. Triple dip in the stream this morning. Thanks. It helps, you know. Sunnyboy Comics. Hey, I'll be talking to you this week. Sunnyboy Comics is pretty big. Well, you know, pretty big comic collector, reviewer, analyzer. Gonna be talking to him this week. So right now what I'm doing is I am taking this one panel meme from Gary's Instagram, and I'm changing it into a VeeFriends Instagram. By the way, I know this was drawn by AI because I could see, because there's like a million fingers on that bad boy there. This is why you need to, you know, it's nice and quick for, you know, what it is, but gotta count those fingers. Sooner or later AI will be, you know, just drawing everything, but can't do what I'm doing right now. Just talking to you, hanging out. If you're new to VeeFriends, you can email me at comics@VeeFriends.com. I'd like to get you something, especially if you're new to VeeFriends. I'd like to welcome you with your first VeeFriends something or other. Only if you're new, though. Come on. I want new folks. But yeah, talking about Oh, it's going to be very hard not to answer people's questions about how I'm feeling about America or living in America. Or I try to just steer clear of that. It's not because I don't care. It's just because I really hate the divisiveness of things. I think we should focus on your passions. And my passion, of course, is what I'm doing right now. But I hope that you can find the thing that's not dividing you up in your brain. And be kind to each other. Use the VeeFriends ethos. I guess that's what we could say. Have empathy for your neighbors. This is Empathy Elephant here. He's got some 5s on his feet because he stepped on 5s. No, I mean, he crushed those 5s. He stuck to his feet. Have some empathy for your neighbors. Have some patience. Patient panda here. And freaking use some common sense, like real common sense, not just saying it. Trust your gut. What's good for you today? Because I see so many of my friends, even my family members, I got some family members that just got poisoned by just news and, being so worried about things that are never going to affect their lives in their own life, It's not anything that they can control or worry about. Try to zoom back in on your own life, because I used to do that. I used to just get really caught up in, especially as a cartoonist or a person that's commentating on things through art and story. You get kind of caught up in the news or whatever's going on in the world or the hype of anything, really. And it really gave me a lot of anxiety, so I didn't like it. And worry, I'd worry about my friends that were worrying about things. I didn't like that. So I think it's better to, worrying is like paying a debt that you don't owe. But that sounds so cold to say, don't worry, just pay attention to your own self and be a little selfish. Because guess what? Life is pretty long, but it can also be very short. Before you know it, you and I are going to be old. Like real old. If we get so lucky. You don't want to be holding on to anger or resentment or all that stuff. Why do that? It's dumb. It's dumb. Morning DJ instead of Morning Joe. Well, I've got my morning Joe right here. Thanks for chilling out. I hope that you, my other friend was like, man, my job sucks. He said he wished he had a cooler job, and I'm like, man, I've had to have some. I'm really. I don't like to say I'm lucky to have this job. I don't feel lucky. Uh-oh. Dude, I just wrecked this. There's my cat. She's like, what the heck just happened over there, bro? All right. TikTok saw that. I bumped this cable. All right, let's fix this. I gotta get this cable up out of the way. One sec, guys. Zoop. I forget what I was saying. Anyways. Follow your dreams. Oh, I had friends that you know, friends that were like, man, you're so lucky to have this job, and I don't have a cool job like you. And I'm like, man, I don't know, guys. I had to have all kinds. I just went through a little memory of my life, like memories of my life working at UPS, and I worked at the Sony plant for a while. I did a lot of crap jobs before I got into, you know, making comics full time is not the greatest career move, let's say. So yeah, I'm definitely fortunate to be working with Gary and the team. But I put my reps in, you know. I guess if they do say you pay your dues, boy, I don't know how to do anything else really. Storytelling and marketing, and that's all I got. It's the only thing I'm good at, really. So I won't stop. But I understand. I got a lot of artist friends, and I've got a lot of other friends that I think everybody's kind of an artist, to be honest with you. I think we're all creative, and then the world tells you that you're not, and kind of crushes you like this golden nugget here, crushing your poor relationship with time. Congratulations, you've reached 100 messages with Restream Chat. Great. Thanks for keeping up the conversation over there. I'm live on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, Facebook. So thank you. Yes, indeed. I work for Gary. This is VeeFriends. If you're new to VeeFriends, please email me at comics@VeeFriends.com. This is the schedule for this week. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Thursday, Comics Jam on Whatnot. I am DJ Kaufman. You can follow me if you'd like. I don't really care. I'm not here to grow my own thing. I don't care. But I do want you to follow VeeFriends Comics. So yeah, I'm writing a lot of the comics, kind of steering that ship. Indeed. Drawing on an iPad Pro in Procreate. And we've got, I'm going to fade this out a little bit more. We're going to get into some inking. Go up on my inks layer, change my brush over to smooth train brush. I'm not even really worried about the meme over there. I just want to get into some inking here. Wait, am I frozen over on? I'm not frozen on YouTube, right? Because that would... Alright, I'm not. Okay, great. My restream froze. Usually the chat would let me know. Okay. It's funny, I do differently on the streams than I would if I was drawing just for something myself without anybody watching, because I know it's more interesting to watch me drawing faces and things. The face might be the thing that I would draw last before, for not really any reason except that I don't want to rush things like hands and feet and stuff like that. And if you leave that last, sometimes it gets a little rushed. So I don't like that. talking about Bluey over in the chat, on the YouTube chat. Bluey's cool, man. I forget the fellow's name, but one of the writers or producers or something from Bluey talked to VCon, I think, or went to VCon, and spoke with Andy and the team about their writing method for Bluey. One of the things that they do is they just kind of sit around and drink wine and maybe that's not true, but I think it is, that they just have a conversation about what happened in their life. They exchange stories, and then some of the stories get, relatable and get turned into episodes, or at least inspired by real life things, because then that's why Bluey just feels so relatable. It's not like forced. So very interesting. But there's still like scripts and things like that, I'm sure. So, but all you need to do with art or writing is really just look at real life, your own experiences, other people's experiences, and be inspired by them. David Lynch, a brilliant artist, filmmaker, painter. Would tell you that as a creator, you're kind of watering or filling up the bucket, putting it in the hopper, as he would say, letting all these things stew around. So like, you get out and live life, things from your childhood, things from other people's childhoods, all kind of stew around in there and then brew up some kind of new idea. It's kind of cool. Kind of a master storyteller. David Lynch. Rest in peace, fella. You're probably seeing a lot of memes out there from David Lynch. Kind of one of those, odd cats. If you don't know who he is, Twin Peaks, Blue Velvet, a lot of films, a lot of art house kind of films, People don't get him, or you either get him or you don't. It's kind of one of those artists. I get it. But those universal truths of story and human, I'm really interested in I've been interested in like the meditation stuff for a while, just because I feel like it calms the artists. Are very chaotic minds. Storytellers have very chaotic minds. There's a lot of stuff going down up in there in your craw, and I like the idea of going to this, organizing your thoughts and kind of quieting them a little bit, because it can get pretty noisy up there, for sure. Meditation, Lost Boys. I've done it, I've tried. I just need to put it into a routine, It's very hard to do, and when I say that, I don't mean it's hard to do. I mean, it's hard for me to find a quiet space around here, because it feels like my animals know when I'm relaxing. And then even if I have canceling headphones on and I've got the door shut and locked, I can still hear the cat trying to get in. So it's not quite in it. And that's all I'm thinking about is like, oh, the cat's outside the door. She's chewing the bottom of the door. So, I'm relaxing and thinking, or I'll get really into it, and then I'm broken out of it by that, or my phone will ring, even if I have it off. Believe it or not, notifications off. Sometimes it'll still buzz or something, and I'm like, what in the world? And the opposite is true for me. I get frustrated because I'm like, I'm trying to relax in here. I'm trying to meditate over here, guys. So yeah, but it is easy not to do it. You're right, Floss Boys. Dude, it's true. Today in Space says, I hear you on that. Animals know when you're finally relaxed. Same thing if I get a cup of coffee and sit on my couch. Get a cup of coffee, go sit down, want to read a minute. My dog immediately comes up and is like, hey, what's up? I'd like to go outside now. And I'm like, oh, okay. But he doesn't have thumbs. She doesn't have thumbs. So it's hard for her to get, she can't get outside by herself. So, help her out. 9/14 on January 21st, 2025. Been doing a lot of personal reflection, just kind of organizing my memories. I'm always afraid that I don't think it's gonna happen, but I've known some older folks that kind of lost their memories and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't want that. So I'm trying to do a better job of taking care of my brain and organizing memories, if not for anything, for my kids and stuff. Maybe even draw some out. It's good therapy and stuff to figure out. I don't come from an interesting background, let's say. Definitely a dysfunctional family. Classic. I don't mean that in a bad way. I used to be ashamed to say that, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I just mean it in a realistic way, I guess. Because it's very relatable to people. Broken, not just broken families, but families of divorce or, that kind of stuff. It's something that more people are dealing with than aren't dealing with it. So, talking about it, kind of not being ashamed of it is nice. But also, people in my family ask me all the time, different memories and such that sound like cool stories. They're like, wow, you got bit by a rattlesnake. Or I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wait, when did that happen? And I'm like, mapping out a timeline of my life, and sometimes the years get a little messy, and I'm like, wait, was that this year or that year? And what I found myself doing was looking at, when did Pearl Jam's Vitology album come out? Because I know exactly what I was doing and where I was when Vitology came out. I was actually working at McDonald's, believe it or not, for a short amount of time. I was closing at McDonald's when Vitology came out in 1994. I just moved back to Pennsylvania. I was 18. I needed a quick job, and I was like, all right. I had a friend who worked at McDonald's. I was like, I'll do it. Let's go. I worked at McDonald's before I worked at UPS for a while. You just had to do these jobs, I would do the jobs, make the money, submit my comics. It was before the internet, really, But I was like, that's how I'm mapping out my life. I'm like, wait, when did the He-Man dolls first come out in stores? I know exactly what I was doing when that happened, because my dad bought me He-Man and Skeletor. no idea what it was because I don't even think the cartoon was on TV at the time when the toys first came out. It just looked cool, and I was all about it. Okay, so what do we got? We've got these are raw. These are going to be gold, and I'm just going to go ahead and sketch across them real quick. Hopefully, you know what? I want to finish this today. I do want to finish this today. I've got other stuff to do. There are bigger priorities than finishing this, but I want to finish this one today. So I'm going to have him write challenge. So I'll just write out the letters just to get the spacing right. Carved into the gold, giant gold nugget. One thing I created, you haven't seen anything from the comic stories yet, the comic world that we're building, but you will. One thing that I have is that in V World, the rocks that are laying around are just gold. It's normal for gold to just be laying around in V World. Nuggets all over the place. And no one cares about it, really. Unless you're if you were a human and you got thrust into V World and you were just selfish and that's all you could see is the gold, then you might be like, here's a world full of gold, I gotta mine it and get rich. But to the VeeFriends, it's just like, oh yeah, that's just a rock. You see. Take of that what you will. That's my 10 minutes. Let's open up the VeeFriend-ish Season 1 mini. What kind of meditation do I practice? I guess it would be transcendental meditation, I guess. You know, with a mantra that you repeat silently in your head. Really good one to do. Chaco 9? Chaco 9? I don't know. Hey, it's a aspiring alpaca. Does not beat Mr. Nifty Narwhal. You know, you get the mantra and you just quiet your mind. You just repeat the mantra. One of the really good ones to do would be on Spotify. There's Deepak Chopra's 21 Days of Meditation. That was a good one. But you know what? Didn't finish it. I think I stopped around day 14 or something. And I want to start again. Because I honestly did feel way cool, way lighter, let's say. I'm just writing challenge in here now. Challenge. Okay, good. But yeah, there's some science to that. So definitely science to that. I think if you're anybody that works with your brain, I mean, everybody works with their brain, but if you're a knowledge worker or a creative, you definitely need to take care of your thoughts. It's what I call the double-edged sword, creativity. You could imagine all kinds of fantastical things. But on the flip side, you can also imagine these really terrible things happening. And that's what drowns most of my friends that have gone a bad way, is they focus too much on the bad instead of the good. I have a 10-minute meditation I use to get back into regular meditation. That always helps. Yeah, it's just about sitting and doing it. Like I said, it's more, to me, it's just, my hardest thing is my animals, I'm telling you. Or I'm like, hey guys, everybody, I'm going to go sit in the room and leave me be. And then as soon as I shut that door and I'm quiet in here and I've got my headphones on, that beast over there, she waits. She waits. She'll just be gnawing at the bottom of the door, and I could hear it. Just, and I'm like, gosh darn it. Or if I have my eyes closed, and if she's in this room, forget about it, bro. She will come at me, and then that freaks me out. Anyways, if you're new to this stream, if you're new to comics, if you're new to VeeFriends, if you're new to VeeFriends in this stream, email me, comics@VeeFriends.com. I would like to send you something, but please be new to VeeFriends. You know, if you're already in VeeFriends, this is for the new people. We always have new people here on the streams, especially over on TikTok watching. So glad that you're here. Alana said she's a mom. She's not sure if her brain's still in there. I get it. I used to draw in complete chaos. My kids. What's going on here? Yeah, do it. Do it. Got a lot of stuff to do today. It's 9:24 in the morning. I've been inking this one. Let's ink him up here. Our perspective pigeon. It's all about perspective in life. But yeah, got a lot of my art friends. Got a lot of friends on. People are very either happy today or worried today, and I just want to remind everybody that it's all going to be all right. This world keeps on spinning. So, in regards to people that are nervous or upset about election stuff or laws or rules, and hey, listen, you're talking to the wrong fella here, because I think rules are meant to be broken. So, but don't worry. Focus on something that you're really passionate about for yourself. Figure out your own pillars. What's that thing that you always wanted to do, or that you would do, or you never tried? Do it. Stop letting people divide you and get you riled up. You know, it's upsetting. Don't get upset. Do something. You know. And I just want to say, like, this isn't anything like, I don't know. The big thing that happened to me this morning or over the weekend was people leaving certain platforms and announcing this statement that they've left this platform because of whatever. I think that people should talk to each other, even if it's hard. That's just how I'm thinking. And not only selfishly, I want to be where people can see my work, but also I just want to talk to people and understand where they're coming from. And hopefully, maybe they'll listen to me a little bit and pursue their passions instead of getting all stirred up about things that are never going to matter when you're 90. 99% of this stuff doesn't matter. It can be unfair. Life is kind of unfair sometimes, but it's as fair as you can make it. Go do something. Nobody's perfect. Things can look pretty dark. Things can look pretty light. It's all about, here I am talking about this perspective. You have the power to go like, you know what? F that. I'm not going to think about that anymore because it's making me feel like junk. Be like, what's that thing that sets you on fire? That's not gasoline. I mean metaphors. What's the thing that really gets you moving? You know what? I thought of something new for myself, and then I'm going to get out of here pretty soon. But I was like, you know what I like to do? And it's pretty apparent to me, and I just don't realize I'm doing it. I love systems. I love to build frameworks and think in frameworks, visual frameworks for primarily storytelling, but marketing and stuff too. Because all marketing is storytelling, really, to be honest. But I love building these little frameworks that I can visualize big ideas, and you know, I'm a sucker for that stuff. I like to build my own. I like to redo ones I see. I like to do that. You know. I'll be there in a minute. But thanks for watching today. Alana said, DJ said, break the rules. Well, you know, I'd hate to tell you differently. The rules are there for a reason, but some rules, you know, you gotta, I don't know. Some rules are different than laws, you know? I'm not gonna get into this. This is a slippery slope. I'm not doing it. Artists definitely perform outside of the norm. We think a little bit differently. And I think everyone's deep down an artist. So there you have it. I think humans, if you're repressing your creativity, foolish. It'll manifest in other ways that you don't want. So you need to find a way to channel your creativity as a human being. Because we're all creators, so keep creating good stuff. Hey, guess what? It's that time. I'm gonna do one more opening. Did I open up 5? No, I did not. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got this one left. Let's open up this one. I'm just gonna leave her on there. She's crushed by her deadlines or whatever. Okay. The rule is, if it's detailed, knocks the other one off. I'm gonna get out of here in a minute. Come back to the stream tomorrow morning too, 8 a.m. right here. Don't turn on the news, just turn on us. Hey, it's a patient pig. Detailed. Right on. That the rule is, it beats automatically a new detailed VeeFriend. See, they're rare. There's rarities. Emerald, Lava, Bubblegum, VeeFriends detailed is 8%. Only an 8% chance of getting our friend Patient Pig here. Also stars in the children's book, Meet Me in the Middle. Patient Pig, and we also have Patient Panda. Here, I'm going to try and make them the same size if we go in perspective. Because we perceive things in a two-dimensional world, even though we're living in a three-dimensional world, but we only see things in 2 dimensions. I'll leave you with that deep thought. So, all right, guys. Black Label, what's up? Doing wonderful. Wrapping up this stream. I'll be back here tomorrow. I've been live since 8. Appreciate you guys. Follow us on VeeFriends Comics. Go read the comics there. And, just appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling. Still on TikTok for now. We'll see you guys real soon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Good day. I'll see you tomorrow. You better get your butt over here tomorrow. It's the 22nd. Pop in here.